I'm pumped, I'm grateful, I'm humble. I'm just a kid from across the track who had the opportunity and took advantage of it, and I don't feel no greatness and whatnot. I am a Christian, there's no really entourage with me, and so I'm personable. I'm one of the biggest compliments I have received. It was from a homeless fella. He said, Mr. T, I don't want no money, I don't want no autograph. I just want to say thank you for not forgetting us. Thank you for being approachable. I go to the store and LA, wherever I go, and one time a lady asked me, she said, wow, you do your own shopping? I said, of course. If I didn't do my own shopping, we would never met. Then it hit her. She said, you're right. I never want to lose that common touch. I want people to be able to say, hey, I met Mr. T at the car wash. I saw him at the bowling alley. He come to church. I speak at churches a lot, and I explain to people, we got to take God out the pulpit, out the church. We got to bring God into the bowling alleys, to the baseball games, Sure, it's Friday. People might say, well, you got the Bible. I say, God is with me all the time, not just on Sunday. I want people to know, they say, sure, when you see Mr. T, after you see who I am, or they say, see my color, people say, wow, he's a Christian. He loves his mother. He feeds the hungry. He's not, be a pet me and whatnot. Oh, you great? I said, no, I'm humble. And they'll keep like that. I say, my union card say actor. It don't say celebrity, superstar. I said, I'm honored that you think that much of me. And I tell them, I say, I'll do my very best to never let you down. I don't drink, I don't do drugs. I try to do the right thing, and so, but, and I explain to everybody, I'm honored that you like me, that you've been following me and all that. Or I touched the guy, he's a Chicago police officer now. He said, I saw your interview on Barbara Walters in 1984. I became a police officer. I'm reaching people, another kid, mother say, brought her son to me, said, I want Mr. T to talk to you. And I told him about my story. I said, I love my mother. I said, never let no gangbanger, no kid out in the street turn you against your mother. I say, as tough as I am, as bad as I am, I'm a old-fashioned mama's boy. I listen to my mother. Just like if somebody say, you ain't nothing. Well, I know that person got to be sick to say I ain't nothing, that I accomplished what I accomplished. My mother always told me, she said, son, consider the source. Who's calling me that? Back in the 80s, I would tell somebody, I said, did Bob Hope call me that? Did the president, Ronald Reagan, call me that? Because he invited me to the White House. I said, did Frank Sinatra call me that? Because I hung out with them in Vegas. Did Dean Martin call me that? No, because they roasted me. So who called me nothing? Somebody's jealous. See, after you break it all down, you say, oh, that guy called, oh, man, I thought you were somebody important. When I would call her from LA or whatever, I say, yeah, Ma, I'm at this place. I'm about to do this here. Phone would get quiet for a couple of seconds. Then she'll say, son, don't forget to pray. And that was so important because it would have been so easy for me to forget to pray. I got diamonds on every finger, dripping, 7 earrings, all gold everywhere. Phony people follow me, limousines. I could start, oh, man, I'm bad. I could forget who I am. The hairstyle is not punk rock, it's not Mohegan Indian. And I don't want to be disrespectful to the Mohegan Indians. But there's a tribe in Africa that wear their hair this way. They are called the Mandinka warriors. Some people call them the Dinkas. Some people call them Mandinkas. And how did I find out about it? Back in the 70s, me being a tough guy, but also being intelligent, I would spend time in the library, you see. So I'm more than tough, I'm pretty smart. And people don't know that. Even though I pity the fool, I'm no fool, I was on the honor roll. Don't tell nobody. When I got to college, I was on the dean's list. Don't tell nobody. And I was on the football team, a scholarship. Mr. T on the dean list. They can't believe it. Like I say, I tell the kids now. I said, don't be a fool, stay in school and learn the golden rule. So anyway, back to them. So that's what the hairstyle is. It's a Mandinka cut. I used to wear 7 earrings, 3 in this ear, 4 in this ear. The 3 was symbolic of the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. The 3 wise men, the 3 Hebrew boys, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. The 3 parts of the day, morning, noon, and night. The 3 graces, faith, hope, and love. The 3 civil rights workers, Cheney, Goodman, and Swerner. There was the 3 that got murdered in Mississippi with the voting right thing. Then I wear 4 in my left ear. The 4 is symbolic of the 4 seasons, spring, winter, summer, and fall. The 4 directions, north, east, south, and west. The 4 gospel writers, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. You put the 3 and 4 together, it's 7. It was 7 times that Joshua marched around the walls of Jericho. Samson had 7 locks of hair. There's 7 colors in the rainbow. There's 7 notes or numbers in the musical bars. God made heaven and earth in 6 days. He rested on the 7th. I am the 7th son. So I'm telling you where I'm come from, and I'm getting to the point. My mother used to scrub floors in Chicago area. She come from Alabama. She knew Rosa Parks. She used to tell us a story about how hard things was. My mother used to catch a special bus in Chicago to go out to the suburbs and scrub floors. They was called scrub women because they get on their hands and knees and scrub floors. My mother was not allowed to go in the white people's front door. She had to go around the back door. She was not allowed to look white people in the eye. She had to keep her head down. And she would come home. Me as a little boy, 9 years old, I would rub her legs and say, Mother, I'm going to take care of you. Even though I got 7 brothers older than me, I would rub. I said, Mother, I'm going to grow up. I'm going to be important. Then I brought this here list. Now the list is just a piece of paper I want to show you. I was 9 years old. And it ain't nothing on it right now, but I'm saying I'm taking you back. I drew a picture. I drew a picture of a house. I drew a picture of my mother sitting in a rocking chair, drew a picture of my father and the rest of us stick figures. I said, Mama, one of these days I'm going to be big and strong. I'm going to be a football player and a boxer. I'm going to buy you a beautiful house and I'm going to buy you pretty dresses. I was 9 years old and I said, Mama, that's the rest of us there. And my mother hugged me and said, if that's the Lord's willing. Crime and drugs was over me, under me, and around me. But crime and drugs was never in me. Why? I wasn't afraid to get a whooping. I wasn't afraid to join the gang. I wasn't afraid of going to jail. I loved my mother too much. The love of my mother was stronger than the crime out in the street. No thug could get me, come on man, I said, no, my mother told me don't do that. I said, I can't do that. My mother don't like that. T is a sissy, T is a sissy. That's what they say. But I went on. When I was in grammar school, I got suspended 17 times before I graduated 8th grade. You know why I got suspended? Some kid wanted me to go do something against my mother. I said, my mother wouldn't want me to do that. I'm sorry, I can't do it. So I don't mind you calling me a sissy. I don't mind you saying this, that I'm scared and whatever. But when you start pulling, I said, don't pull me, Billy. Don't touch me again, Billy. Don't touch. Then they make a mistake, and as we say in the hood, if you want to get somebody to fight, you disrespect his mother. So then when it's fighting time comes, then they say, you ain't nothing, you a sissy, you a sissy. Then I'm walking away. He said, yo, mama. Now we got to fight. I said, what you say about my mama? First, because I'm a respectful guy, I always give everybody a chance to take it back. I say, I'm going to give you a chance, Eddie, to take that back. So now Eddie looking at his little buddies, he done painted himself in a corner, he can't get out. I said, you take it back, I'll let you go. See, he look at his buddies looking at him, you know. He said, I said, you ain't taking back? Bah, bah, bah. That's it, boom. I took care of him, you know. Filming the A-Team, everybody, Mr. T, Rocket, whatnot. Then people would come around and got a note from the office. They said, Mr. T, his little boy want to meet you. I said, well, bring him to the set. They said, he's dying. I said, wow. Then they said, want us to tell him you busy? Because there was some celebrity do. They say, tell them I'm busy, but they're not busy. But I ain't going to fault them because everybody's not built for this here. So I told them, I said, no, bring the kid on. I said, I got to call home to my pastor. So I called home to my pastor. See, if I didn't have a connection with a church, I wouldn't know what to do. I said, Pastor Hardy, there's a kid that's dying. What do I say to him? So he told me, he said, evidently, T, this kid see the God qualities in you that you didn't see in yourself. I'd already believed in God, but God was taking me to another level now. So that's what it was. And I prayed for the kid. He had cystic fibrosis. He came to see me. So I drove him around the 18 van. We loved on him. Everything. I let him play with the gold, play with the hair and whatnot. Then it was time for him to go. Then his mother said, how can I thank you? And tough Mr. T. Now I'm teary-eyed. I'm emotional. I'm crying. She said, I'm honored that he wanted to see me. So lift his spirit. I've been talking about God and don't do drugs since before I got into Hollywood.
Wow.
That's why they invited me to the White House.
Well, yeah.
Nancy Reagan heard about me telling kids In Los Angeles, when we would film, I would come and talk to the kids where we were filming at, tell them to be good, study hard in school, listen to your mother, don't hang with the wrong crowd, don't do drugs. I told them the same thing that worked for me. So if it worked for me, it worked for them. So Nancy Reagan, that was a kickoff for a Just Say No program. She heard about me, they say, hey, can we get Mr. T? I was surprised too. They say, man, the White House called you. I don't stop joking, man. I didn't get it. And they said, man, they really want you the president. I said, man, trying to pull a joke. They wasn't joking. The president of NBC came talk to the producer of the A-Team. He said, we got to get Mr. T out here next week. The White House want him. The camera guy, they didn't believe. They said, that's a joke, that's a joke. We was filming in Simi Valley. Helicopter came, picked me up from Simi Valley, take me to LAX. Next day, I'm at the White House. Dressed up like Santa Claus. You can Google that. Nancy Reagan is sitting on my lap. Kid from the hood, welfare, food stamps, who said it wouldn't be nothing. You see what I mean? See, before you get a chance to be close to the president, you got to pass a security check. So they checked me out. Can you imagine that? They checking me out. What? What? No arrest warrants? Nothing for stealing? No card? Nothing? What? Let's check it again. Mr. T, wow. That's what it's about. See, that's why I tell the kids, don't be stupid, because if you do something bad, a bad name is going to follow you. That happened one time with one of the little kids from the Make-A-Wish Foundation. The little girl wanted to see me. To show you, she was a little white girl, so she wanted to see me. But her uncle, and they bring the family with her, and the uncle, but he came. And I watched, and I loved on the little girl. She wanted to see me. I met her mother. And as I was doing my thing, loving her, and I saw the uncle, he was there, just looking at me. But I did my thing, hugged the mother, stuff like that, and did the usual. Then the guy, he broke. He said, Mr. T, can I talk to you, big guy? I said, sure. He said, I want to apologize. He said, before I met you, I thought you were full of yourself. Thought you were cocky, wearing the gold and stuff like that. He said, I wish that you accept my apology. As I'm telling you this now, cheers on me. Because if I didn't touch nobody else, I'd touch him. So he get a chance to go back to his hometown to tell the people, I misjudged Mr. T. That's what prejudice is. You prejudge me, I said, don't let that's costume, it's real gold, but it's costume, And I tell people, I don't wear the gold now because after Katrina, I stopped wearing it. Because I felt that it would be a sin against God for me to wear all of my gold and the people lost everything. I felt it would be insensitive and disrespectful. See, the gold is in my heart, not around my neck, because I still feed the hungry. I still clothe the naked. But I don't grandstand. You'll never see me, hey, TMZ, look at me. I'm about to feed these people. Make sure you get a good shot of that. Hey, Entertainment Tonight, I'm down here. You'll never see that. My mother told me, son, don't grandstand. If nobody else knows, God knows. And I do it for the glory of God. So I come here, I'm pumped to see my fans. They saw me, a lot of them say, Mr. T, when I first saw you, you were so scary. I was supposed to be scary. Okay. I wanted you to think that. And plus, that's what Rocky wanted me to do. He said, be mean, Mr. T. I said, okay. He said, pow, pow. That's acting. See, after you do all that acting, then you can get called to a hospital to hold a baby and pray for her. Tough Mr. T. No mother let no guy looking crazy and whatnot hold a baby and pray for him. So she had to know I believed in God. And since then, more and more people, they know my story. Used to work with Jerry Lewis, do muscular dystrophy, all that stuff. Constantly, everything, when you check me out, I'm consistent. My story is consistent. The things I've done is consistent. Sure, the whole thing, it helps the persona. But what's in his heart? That's what it's all about. Then I had to explain something to people. I said, that's Rocky movie. He said, I'm going to take you out the next fight. I said, no problem. No problem. I'm laying down. Is the check clear? I said, I'm on my way. Mama, you got a big house coming. You got a big house. I'm not a loser. Yes, indeed. He's supposed to win. And when you watch the A-Team, nobody beats BA. That's his show. Yes, yes. But it's fun. That's what acting had allowed me a platform. I count my blessings. Here I'm blessing her little baby might not make it to the next year. So I pray hard. I don't go through no motion. I don't pray no little phony prayer. I get down and serious with it. That's why I take my responsibility very serious. It's not a joke with me. So I come here, I want to love on somebody. People going through stuff. Then they have to pay money to come see me. So I want to take my time with them. I never want somebody to come. I came there, he just brushed me off. I want to love on them. Want to hug on them, you know. Listen to their story.